My name is Victoria. I was born in a small house in Mexico where my family had very little. I was my parents' only daughter, and every night my mother prayed for my future. I carried their dreams in my heart. I wanted to give them a better life more than anything. I searched for work every day. I stayed up late scrolling through my phone, looking for opportunity. One night, a pop-up appeared. Find real love in America. It seemed foolish, but I opened the app. That is how I found Jeremy, a man from New York. His first message touched my heart. We began talking every day. Slowly, I trusted him more. He asked me to come to America. He promised to marry me, to handle my visa, my flight, and everything else. When I told my parents, fear filled their eyes. My father said he did not know this man. Their words stayed with me all night, but by morning I had made my decision. While they slept, I packed my bag, walked into their room, and cried quietly. I whispered, "Please forgive me. One day I will make you proud." Then I left. Jeremy arrived in Mexico the very next day. My heart was pounding as I walked into the airport. Then I saw him standing there, holding flowers, looking nervous. He was real. He smiled when he saw me and said, "Victoria, I came for you. Let's start a new life together." I took his hand and we began. The first few months were beautiful. I cooked dinner, kept the house clean, and waited for him each evening like a bride full of hope. He kissed my forehead and called me his darling wife. I believed I had made the right choice. But after 6 months, something changed. Jeremy came home late and spoke very little. One night, I asked him if everything was okay, and he snapped at me. He told me I was thinking too much. The man who once made me feel like a queen now made me feel invisible. Then, one afternoon, I went to his office to bring him his wallet. He was not there. I walked past a nearby coffee shop. Through the glass, I saw him with another woman. She was holding his hand. They were laughing. Then he kissed her, right there in public, as if he had no wife at home, as if I did not exist. I could not move. I could not cry. I just stood there watching my entire world fall apart. When he came home that evening, I asked him who she was. He looked at me without shame. He said she was the woman he truly loved. I had only been part of his immigration plan. He told me to leave within a few weeks. I went to my room and opened a drawer. Inside was a letter my mother had placed in my bag. It said, "If one day your husband breaks your heart, come home. We will still be waiting." I held that letter and wept until I had no tears left. I had no green card, no job, no money, and no family nearby. I found a small shelter. I spent my days asking myself where I had gone wrong, but I knew I could not stay broken forever. I had to become my own hero. I started making handbags and dresses by hand. I created an Instagram page called Victoria Designs and posted photos of my work. At first, no one noticed, but slowly people began to like and comment and message me. I kept going. I worked every single day without stopping. 2 years later, I opened my own shop. One afternoon, Jeremy walked through my door. He looked older, tired, and broken. He said his business had failed, that the woman had left him, and that he had lost everything. He asked me for another chance. I looked at him and felt nothing but clarity. I thought of every night I had cried because of him. So I spoke loudly and calmly. I told the people nearby that he was making me feel unsafe. He panicked, shouted, and tried to grab my hand. I called the police and pressed charges. As they took him away, he begged me to stop. I said, "You hurt someone who loved you with everything she had. This is not revenge. This is justice." Weeks later, my green card was approved. I packed a bag and flew back to Mexico. Standing in front of my childhood home, my hands shook as I knocked on the door. My mother's voice came from inside. When she opened the door and saw my face, she froze. Then her eyes filled with tears, and she held my face in her hands. We cried together. My father hugged me tight. I told them I had my own shop in America. I had made it. My father smiled and said, "We are so proud of you." I brought them back with me to the United States. I cooked for them, cared for them, and gave them the comfort they had always given me. The dream I once had for them had finally come true. Sometime later, the police called to tell me Jeremy had been arrested. He had done the same thing to many other women. I went to the station and saw him one last time. He looked at me and asked for my help. I said, "I could destroy you, Jeremy, but I am not like you. I don't carry hate. I forgive you, and I never want to see you again." I walked out and never looked back. I did not feel anger. I felt peace. Life will sometimes lead you to the wrong door before it shows you the right one. Your parents are not your enemies. They are the only people who will wait for you. No matter how long you are gone, listen to them. And no matter how hard life becomes, never stop fighting for yourself, because your story is not over until you decide it is.